Hi everyone, my name is Gautam Gupta and I want to welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Universal Fundamentals. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Venus retrograde that will be occurring from July 22nd of this year until September 3rd, and how it will be affecting you all based on your ascendant or your moon sign. And this retrograde will begin at 4 degrees of Leo, and it'll go all the way back to 18 degrees of Cancer. And since July 7th of 2023, Venus has been in the sign of Leo, and it is going to remain in the sign of Leo for about 1 month. Then on August 7th, Venus will return to Cancer, where it will continue to remain retrograde until September 3rd. And Venus will remain in the sign of Cancer until October 1st. And then it's going to return back into the sign of Leo, where it will remain direct until November 2nd. Now, to give you guys a bit of a background regarding the Venus retrograde, first of all, Venus is the planet that turns retrograde the least out of all the planets that turn retrograde. It retrogrades every 18 months, and the retrograde cycle will last for approximately 45 days. And usually, whenever Venus goes retrograde, it tends to stay in the same sign for about 4 months. However, because Venus will be retrograding this year, starting from the early degrees of Leo, it is going to be retrograding between 2 zodiac signs because it will return back to the sign of Cancer. Now, another interesting fact about Venus retrograde is that it will retrograde in the same zodiac signs every 8 years. So if we go back to 2015, we see that Venus was retrograde on July 25th of 2015 at approximately 6 degrees of Leo. And it turned direct on September 6th of 2015, 20 degrees of Cancer. So this means that every 8 years, when Venus turns retrograde in the same sign, it will turn retrograde 2 degrees backwards from when it previously did. It will also turn retrograde and direct about 2 to 3 days before the same date 8 years ago. So this pretty much means if we were to look at the next Venus retrograde in Leo and Cancer, it's going to be on July 20th of 2031, 2 degrees of Leo, and it will turn direct on August 31st of 2031 at 16 degrees of Cancer. And Venus retrograde is extremely important because this gives us an opportunity to reevaluate our past relationships. And this is a time to really reflect and look at what went wrong in your past relationships. And sometimes this can even mean someone from your past physically returning so you can learn the necessary lessons needed to move forward. And sometimes this can simply mean you are internally reflecting about someone from your past. And once Venus turns direct, you then have the ability to attract healthier and more fulfilling relationships in your life. So now I'm going to start talking about how this Venus retrograde will affect each of you based on your ascendant and moon sign. But before I do so, I do want to invite everyone to please check out my website, universal-fundamentals.com, where you can learn more about me and what I do as a Vedic astrologer. And earlier this year, I had introduced a recorded reading service where if you are interested in having me answer some specific questions regarding your own personal birth chart, then this is a great service to look into. I will also be leaving that link down below so everyone can check that out in more detail. And of course, if you find this video to be helpful and useful, then please give it a thumbs up by hitting the like button. Doing so will really help me out with the YouTube algorithm so this video can reach a vast audience. And also for those of you who are new, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on that bell notification icon so you do not miss out on any of these similar videos that I will be uploading in the future. So with that being said, I will now begin discussing how this Venus retrograde is going to affect each of you based on your ascendant and moon sign. So If your ascendant or your moon sign is in Aries, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your fifth house of Leo on July 22nd. This means that you will be reevaluating your past relationships, and in particular, people you have dated in your past. And because this is the fifth house representing love, romance, dating, and courtship, on the other hand, you will be reevaluating any speculative investments at this time, as the fifth house does rule the stock market and other speculative investments for business. During this transit, try not to make any drastic changes in your investments. Then, on August 7th, Venus will be retrograding back to your fourth house of Cancer. And this is a time where you will be reevaluating your relationship with the mother and making sure that your real estate, property, and land matters are in proper order. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Taurus, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your fourth house of Leo on July 22nd. This means that you will become more involved when it comes to your mother's well-being and health. And this is because your sixth house ruler of Libra will be retrograding in your fourth house. You will also be more careful and cautious about maintaining your physical and mental health, as Venus is also your chart ruler, and the fourth house is the house of happiness and security. This is also a time to make sure that your real estate, property, and land matters are in proper order. Then on August 7th, Venus will be retrograding back to your third house of Cancer. And this is a time where you will be reevaluating your relationships with your younger siblings. This is a great time for self-reflection and to assess what went wrong, so that once Venus turns direct on September 3rd, you'll have an opportunity to have a healthier relationship with your younger siblings. This is also a great opportunity to reevaluate your self-expression and creative pursuits. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Gemini, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your third house of Leo on July 22nd. This means that you will be rediscovering your creative self-expression, as well as resolving any issues regarding a younger sibling. This is also a great time to go back and edit any books, articles, or short stories you have written, as the ruler of your fifth house will be retrograding in your third house. Then, on August 7th, when Venus retrogrades back to your second house of Cancer, this will be a time of reevaluating any financial matters that need your attention. This is also a good opportunity to revisit any family issues and have an open dialogue so you can heal any resentments or misunderstandings. This will also allow you to have healthier relationships once Venus turns direct on September 3rd. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Cancer, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your second house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for that window of time, you will be reevaluating your financial situation to see if you can make any improvements or adjustments. You may even look over your real estate, property, and vehicles to assess any cash flow situations that may arise, as Venus does rule your fourth and 11th house. Then, on August 7th, Venus will retrograde to your ascendant or moon sign. And this is going to be a time where you are reevaluating yourself. You may even think about changing your physical appearance, and because Venus will be aspecting your seventh house while it is retrograde, you will be thinking about your past relationships and what went wrong during that time. This is a great time for self-reflection and introspection so that once Venus turns direct on September 3rd, you will have made great progress in healing any negative experiences or thoughts regarding past relationships. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Leo, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your first house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for that window of time, you will also be thinking about changing your physical appearance and reflecting on what went wrong in your past relationships. And because Venus rules your third and 10th house, you will also be reevaluating your career choices and decisions. And during this time, please refrain from making any major decisions regarding your career while Venus is retrograde. This is also a time for re-evaluating your self-expression and relationships with your younger siblings, as Venus does rule your third house. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back to your 12th house. And this will be a time where you will be reflecting on your past more than you usually do. And please pay attention to your dreams, as you may be getting some insights regarding any unresolved past issues. This will help you have healthier relationships once Venus turns direct. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Virgo, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your 12th house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for this window of time, you will be doing a lot of self-reflection about your past. You will be thinking about the things that didn't work out in your favor and why. And this will be an excellent healing opportunity so that you can move forward in a healthy manner. And while Venus is retrograde in your 12th house, please be careful about your money and finances. Try to avoid overindulging, as Venus does rule your second and ninth houses of wealth and money. And because the 12th house represents expenses and loss, there can be a temptation to overspend at this time. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back into your 11th house of Cancer. And this will be a time where you will reevaluate your situation with an older sibling and see if there are any unresolved issues that need to be healed. This will also apply to any friends or large groups or organizations you are involved in. And if you utilize this Venus retrograde to heal these issues, then you will have a much healthier relationship and experiences going forward once Venus turns direct on September 3rd. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Libra, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your 11th house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for this window of time, you will be reflecting on your relationships with any large groups, organizations, friends, and siblings. This is a great self-reflection time to assess what really didn't work out and what you can do moving forward. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back into your 10th house of Cancer. And this is going to be a time where you will be doing a lot of self-reflection about your career, and this can even be about your past careers. You will be spending a lot of time reflecting as to what did and did not work out, and what you can do to better improve your career situation as well as your social standing. And if you take the time to reflect on these things, then once Venus turns direct on September 3rd, you will have made great progress in your healing, and this is going to ultimately help you make better decisions and choices when it comes to your career. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Scorpio, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your 10th house of Leo starting July 22nd. And this means for that window of time, you will also be reflecting on your past or present career situation. And this is also going to give you an opportunity to resolve any unhealed issues so that you can make better progress in the future. Also, you may encounter an important female figure from your workplace in the past, and this will give you an opportunity for healing. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back into your ninth house of Cancer. And this is where I see that you will be reevaluating your spiritual beliefs and relationships with your teachers and fathers. Again, this is an excellent time to self-reflect regarding anything that may have gone wrong in the past. And this will give you an opportunity to correct it so that you can have better relationships going forward. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Sagittarius, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your ninth house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for that window of time, you will be reflecting upon your spiritual beliefs and your relationships with the father or higher teachers. And because Venus rules your 6th and 11th houses, this is a good time for internally solving any conflicts that you may have had with them so that you can move forward in the future. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back to your 8th house of Cancer, and this is where I see you really reflecting on any deep, dark issues that may have prohibited you from progressing in life. If you really take the time to understand and give yourself the love and appreciation you deserve, then once Venus turns direct on September 3rd, you will have a much easier time moving forward. Now, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Capricorn, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your 8th house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for this window of time, you will be doing a lot of self-reflection and introspection regarding your career and children as Venus rules the 5th and 10th houses. You will be in the process of resolving any deep, dark issues related to your career and children, and this is going to help you immensely in moving forward with your life. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back to your 7th house of Cancer, and this is a time where you'll really do a deep reflection regarding your past relationships. For Capricorn ascendants and moon signs, this is your best time to really heal any unresolved issues and practice the art of self-love so you can heal and grow from any negative experiences. This is really going to attract much healthier relationships in the future. If your ascendant or your moon sign is in Aquarius, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your 7th house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for that window of time, you will be doing some deep reflection on your past relationships so you can heal the issues that did not work out. You will also be doing some deep reflection regarding your mother and father, as Venus does rule your 4th house of mother and 9th house of father. Again, this will be an opportunity to heal any unresolved emotions or issues. Then on August 7th, Venus will retrograde back to your 6th house of Cancer. And this is going to be a time where you really reevaluate your health and relationship with any coworkers. Again, this is going to be an opportunity to resolve any health or coworker issues so that once Venus turns direct on September 3rd, you will have a much easier time dealing with them. And lastly, if your ascendant or your moon sign is in Pisces, then this means that Venus will be first retrograding in your 6th house of Leo starting July 22nd. This means for that window of time, you will be reflecting on any past issues related to your coworkers and health. And once again, this will be an opportunity to resolve those issues and move forward. Then on August 7th, I see Venus retrograding back into your 5th house of Cancer. And this is a time where I see you reflecting on your past romances and on the people you previously dated. This is a great introspective time for reviewing the things that did not work out in your favor so that you can have healthier relationships with people in the future. Also, please take caution around your speculative investments during this time period and avoid making any drastic changes while Venus is retrograde in your 5th house. Once Venus turns direct on September 3rd, you will have a much clearer picture as to what decisions you should take. So this is what I wanted to cover regarding the Venus retrograde in Leo and Cancer that is coming up from July 22nd of this year until September 3rd. I hope you guys got something out of this. And once again, if you found this video to be useful, please give it a thumbs up by hitting the like button. Doing so will really help me out with the YouTube algorithm so this video can reach a vast audience. Also, if you're new to my channel and would like to see similar videos like this in the future, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on that bell notification. And lastly, if you would like to know more about me and what I do as a Vedic astrologer, please check out my website, universal-fundamentals.com. Thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.